This is Timber Tower, the most easiest tower to knock down in the world. It's got a middle ball so the ding will connect, even without any wind. It's easy. A hurricane came by 12 years ago and knocked down the Timber Tower. Here's one video from a drone. The Timber Tower was constructed in 80-90. They were working on it again after the hurricane came through. 12 days had passed, and the Timber Tower had grew to a whopping 20 feet. Another 10 days later, it grew to another 100 feet, and now the Timber Tower was rebuilt. That's what they thought. Well, they didn't know that Hurricane Ian was about to venture in. They built other square buildings, but they weren't as tall as this, like the Square Arena. Very tall, but still not tall. The Oxy, that it was shorter than on the Square Arena. Then the Trides. The Trides was on top of the Square Arena. Made the Square Arena taller, but not super different. The Trizies was put over here, shorter than the rest, and the Square Arena put over here. The tallest tower they had was the Timber Tower, but the second tallest was the one with the dome on top. 12 days later, Hurricane Ian came through, knocking down the ding on the second tallest tower. It broke the ding. That ding fell as close as it's not breaking a lot, but making the top of the ding come off. The ding was rebuilt 20 days after the construction. The Timber Tower had its last strength. If it failed this time, they would never rebuild the Timber Tower. And that's when this happened. The part started rising. It made the Timber Tower fall, but the part on the very tip was rising. It was about this high. It was about this high when the scientists arrived to see. It kept floating up until they heard this boom, and it came crashing down. 20 every 1 hour, going as fast as light, hitting up the place that was here, making it stick, also making the bomb fly 20 meters in the air. Hitting the ding, one part fell off the cliff. They launched the helicopter to get it. The part was retrieved, and they decided to try that again. But they didn't know if it would float. What right there, they were wrong. This time, a whole entire school came off and started floating. Scientists didn't know why, but after they saw some of them fell off, they noticed both of these breaking apart and coming down. They thought it was going to crash, but they were amazed to see what happened next. All of them started floating. It broke in half on the other side, but they were still floating. That's when scientists figured out these they used were lanterns that could float. That's when it hit this, what two of them popped, and both of them fell to the ground. Poof! They both fell to the ground. While these were still floating in the air, we still couldn't know it. They connected and came down until this poof, a yellow one poofed off. Then it made them connect. And a green one poofed off. And then they hit together and the yellow one poofed off. And then this one was all alone until this blue one floated up. It was going, the red one's going down, but after the blue connected, it started going up. Another color started slowly rising, connecting to that very soon ahead. Another one tumbled up, hearings going until it hit that, making the square arena tip a little bit. Then another dark green one flew up and connected back. A pink and yellow one followed behind, hitting just barely missing a spike in the ground. All of the colors were floating in the sky. Time to make the rainbow, they said. Red, orange, and then does it go yellow after red, orange? Then it goes yellow. Yellow has to fly. He has to steer. Which way? Will he steer it and will he land it? He's steering, and land. Then greens. Both of the greens. Let's see who gets first, light or dark. Light's going in and dark's going in. Dark gets first. Second was light. Then we need blue. Blue's coming in, but purple's gaining on. Blue gets there and gets on first. He arcs and it connects us. And all the colors are in the rainbow. Time for the spiral of light. Helicopter, eat a helicopter of spirals. A helicopter of spirals. Echo, you put the camera under me. Spiral.